Our Tuesday viewer tournament here on lichess and Twitch. International Master Will Paschall. We're just revisiting some old memories here in my Twitch stream. Sladgie on Twitch. We are Sparkle Horse on lichess. The title of today's viewer arena, which I love this arena, is the Fang arena. Fang, if you're really trying to pronounce it correctly, I guess in Chinese it's like Fang, but I'm calling it Fang because Fang sounds cooler. So it's the Fang arena, named after my old friend, International Master Joseph Fang of New Hampshire, USA. Joe's busy listening to old school rap music and watching TV judge shows. I'm sure that, we can maybe get him out of hibernation somehow one day, but just in my memories, I thought once in a while we'll have an arena where I just remember one of my friends. Sometimes it could be someone who passed away. Sometimes it's someone who's still alive. In Joe's case, he's probably still alive. The Fang arena. Sparkle Horse Morwa, Tushar Camday, Dracofire. Time control today is 5+2 blitz. It's a 2-hour tournament. I can't be asked to play 20 blitz games. 20 blitz games. I mean, that you could do that. Just resign like 20 in a row. Tang. But Fang is so much cooler than Tang. The only reason, Tang for me brings back my memories because my first time I got drunk was drinking vodka and Tang. That's really gross. I was in Russia. So we got a bottle of vodka, and then mixed it with orange Tang. Oh, that was a very bad memory. It was a long plane ride home from Moscow after that. Anyway, guys, the Fang arena. It's starting in 11 minutes. I like vodka now. Ironically, I didn't drink it for like 20 years, and then recently started to appreciate it after basically abstaining. That first experience was enough for like 20 years. Old school Tang. Yeah, I never drank Tang, but that was all we had. So, all right. So let's get some players here in the Fang arena. 5+2 casual blitz. This is named after a chess player, my good friend Joseph Fang. He taught me a lot about the game. He helped me in my progression. Joey is a good guy. And, just because he just watches Judge Judy and doesn't work, doesn't take away from the fact that he was a great player. So I'm honoring him with this Fang arena tournament. All right, Soltigo, we will look to see you a little bit later. We're going to get started in like 10 minutes. Guys, just a shout out to chesslecture.com. It's until the 1st of June, you got a chance to subscribe to chesslecture.com for 3 months for $15. Good deal over there if you want to check it out. I wouldn't mind some IMs being able to help me in my progression every now and then. Will I berserk today? Maybe against special opponents. If I get someone really much lower rated who isn't particularly fast. Against you, Bob, I would berserk. Unfortunately, Bob can't play. Bob, why can't you just resign 20 games in a row or something? How do you not have 20 blitz games? I thought with the minimum of 20 rated games, I mean, nobody would be blocked from the tournament. Berserking anyone under 1750, basically a safe prospect. Nefyedov makes me a little nervous. I lost against Nefyedov in a casual rapid or blitz game today. That was pretty bad. He can play well though. I mean, some of these 1700s, Bob, I would feel a little safer if we made the cutoff at like 1699, because these low rated 1700s kind of slime you now and then. Horse feathers. Guys, you can check out our Discord. I don't know if Soltigo's still here. If you want to join our Discord, you can get the password from our moderator, Soltigo. So the Fang arena is a 2-hour tournament. It's 5+2 blitz casual. Yeah, I respect you, Bob. I respect you, but I'd actually prefer to do the rapid every time. But I think that, a lot of viewers like to play faster games, so I'm compromising by mixing up the time controls. 7 plus 2, 5 plus 2, and then sometimes we'll do 5 plus 0. I've been playing 5 plus 0. I built my rating back. I was down in the 2300s. And I'm back to 2405. We got to get it back to 25 in Blitz, but I haven't had time to rebuild it yet. I lost to a 1500. I dropped my queen on prise, full on, like in a winning position. I shouldn't have been playing. If your intuition tells you like you feel exhausted, don't do it. Then don't play. That would be my recommendation. If you care about your like online rating at all, if something little voice inside your head tells you like you're too tired to play, or I don't feel like playing, then don't play. Because I was just like too bored. I didn't want to think. I'm making moves, and I'm just like, oh yeah, drop my queen. Mr. Coffee, welcome everybody. Thank you guys for subscribing. How's the stream look here? How's the lighting? We're all right? The lighting kind of moves around on me. That's a little better. I don't want it to like... Actually, I have a little bit of sunburn going on. I'm kind of pink up top. Well, I care about my online rating because, like, it looks cool. And whatever. Allows me to play stronger players. If I was really seeking to play strong players, if I was learning like you guys, in many cases, my students, the thing is, you get to play opportunity to play stronger players. If you have a high rating, I think that's the number one reason why rating is actually somewhat important. If it's going to give you the opportunity to play stronger players, then that's, I think, the most important reason. Master Fugu is here. We're about to. Fugu versus Fang. This is Master Fugu. He's overlooking at all times, foreseeing what we do. He's like Mr. Miyagi for me. Equally Japanese. Master Fugu is always watching us, like Monsters Incorporated. Alright. Fang Brits. Whoa. He's at 1435 Oak Lane, North Shore, Mass. North Shore, Mass. Is that a place? He used to live at Doggett Lane. Is North Shore, Mass a real town? I mean, North Shore is... Are you just, like, cutting out the North... Like, are you being... He's probably watching Judge Judy. He likely moved out to a new place. You made up that address? Okay, it's very possible, though. I wouldn't be surprised if he moved from New Hampshire to Massachusetts. Coming down here a lot. But Joey hasn't played. He hasn't played much. All right, guys, we're starting in 5 minutes. Maybe I could get him to play on lichess, but he doesn't really play online much. I don't know. I think he just likes watching. Too old to play. He was one of my mentors, one of my many mentors. I learned from everybody, I mean, Roman is the only person who I really ever had any lessons with, except for Dvoretsky. And I had many, many mentors in my life. Players who just beat the crap out of me until I got better, That was basically the way I learned. Alexander Ivanov did that to me. He beat me like 10 times. And then I started to learn. I woke up, I was like, wait a minute, I'm not going to let you beat on me every time. And then next thing I know, I'm hanging on, So, guys, we're starting in 4 minutes here. The Fang Arena. We call it Fang or Arena. You added 3 games in the studio section played today against my friend Mike. Yeah, guys, on Thursdays I do a subscriber stream, so that will be on this week. International Master William Paschall, we are doing this little arena in honor of my friend Joseph Fang, who probably hasn't played chess in like a year. And even before that, he hardly plays ever. But once in a while, I want to just kind of dedicate one of the arenas to my old friends, living or passed on. Haven't seen Joey in a long time, but I presume he's still alive. Hopefully. All right, guys. 5 plus 2. We're going to be starting in 3 minutes. More Wah is up over 2,000. Tushar, what's with you're kind of low rated. I'm expecting Tushar to be like 2,100. We're just a bunch of bums. No, we're not bums here. I'm teaching you guys to be better players. I'm your mentor. Trying to be a mentor, but also be entertaining and funny at the same time. And a friend. Tushar, you don't have any 2,100 ratings? You see there, in Rabbit Chess, you're 2,100. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. 2,100 in Rabbit. 2,000 in Classical, but if you take him in Blitz or Bullet, it's 19. Come on, what are you talking about? You should be 2,100 in Blitz too. Okay, guys. Ready to get started. You love the fish? I didn't catch that fish, but I have caught a fish like that. We'll call him Master Fugu. 20 Blitz games. We've got 9 players, guys. Encourage your friends to play. It's fun. Tai Chi. Alright. I like the fact that it's not rated. No pressure. Just play. We'll just have fun. You were 2,100 in Bullet a few hours ago, Tushar. Wow. Well, I mean, obviously, like, variance is going to be insane. And the faster the time control, the more the variance. It's like poker. Faster tournaments are going to have higher variance than slower ones, I guess. So, let's get started, guys. Invite the friends, the girlfriend. You are chess players, but you might have a girlfriend. The wives to hang out and watch and root for you. Like Nefedov. Where's Nefedov? He's not here. That's weird. Usually Pavel's, maybe he doesn't want to play Blitz. I don't know. Actually, I played a game with him earlier. Lost in an unrated game. World Losers lurking. Trout's an old friend. Mr. Trout's. Join the tournament. The Fang Arena. Long time no see. Gao the man. Another player from India. Jump in the tournament, guys. Don't be afraid. No, we got more players coming. I think we'll be up to 50 by the end of the stream. I see no reason why not. We can't get up to 50 players. Check out my YouTube channel, Video Chess Training on YouTube. I upload all the streams there. Also, guys, thank you for donating bits to support the Twitch stream. And also, please make donations, even $5 or $10 via PayPal every year or so. Support the stream would be awesome. We usually start with about 10 players, but often get up to like 50 overall by the end of the event. It's 2 hours. That's pretty much standard. I'm afraid a few people might be freaked by the fact that I didn't call it Sparkle Horse Arena. I did this once before with the Wojtkiewicz Arena, but I thought Fang was fun. Alright, let's go. I guess we'll just go with our normal approach here. I don't like to mess around with sort of experimental stuff. I don't like to play experimental stuff in the tournament format. I like to kind of play all business. Hey, Trouts, good to see you, man. If you put Twitch somewhere in the tournament title. Can I do that? There's no reason I can't do that, right? I never really thought about it like it would make a difference, but I guess Bob might have a point. I'm getting kind of confrontational here. I don't know, what's right or wrong in such a weird position, B3. Feeling like I'm going to end up in another another French. It's also King's Indian-ish. It's basically like a reversed hippo. Wow, Gouda, man. F4, logical. Well, I don't know. We could play this like a. We could play this like. What are we doing? We're crazy with the H5. Wow, C3. Really combative. I don't want to play like castles or something. Bishop F6. I don't know much about this player. I think that it's a player who has another account. Seems really strong though. You bet 1,000 bits. This has just gotten totally random. Wow, E5. Looks like I'm just in a world of hurt already. Guy's just gonna annihilate me. I mean, wow. Totally outside the box style play by White. Just playing to annihilate. Very creative. Very double-edged, but kind of in control at the same time. Can I say that? It's totally freaking me out. I mean, I really need to develop my pieces here. I don't think he could possibly be more aggressive than the way he's playing this. Just fly by night operation. Totally fearless. I wouldn't call it, I think both sides are playing riskily, but White is like way more aggressive, over the top aggressive. I don't know this player. It's Diva Karan, apparently. But I don't remember any games with him being anything like this. I don't remember anybody playing the B3 against me. And it's just a totally alien sort of position. Well, I mean, the problem with music, it's kind of... Some people will like it and others don't, It's very polarizing. I love music, but I wouldn't even know possibly what to try to play on a stream or something like that. It's very hard to please all the people. Like, some people like it, some people don't. It's better to just you guys listen to your own music. I mean, Queen D7 should play obnoxious techno music. Yeah, that's irritating. I mean, I like some kinds of techno music, but I wouldn't kind of push it on other people, I mean, music is very personal. I feel like you can't have a one-size-fits-all approach to music, I love all different kinds of music. Even country. I mean, I feel like I'm taking my life in my hands here, leaving my king in the center, kind of lagging in development. The space advantage with e5. Flirting with disaster. By the way, if he plays f6, let's say, and I take it, and he takes back with the pawn, is my bishop going to d6? This was the question I was just asking myself. I mean, am I going here? Because my original plan was to go to d6. There's a reason for that. Kind of keep his knight off of f4 was my very deep idea. Wow. He just reads minds. Like, this was the move I was concerned about. What is going on around here? I feel like I'm lagging in development. Is this even safe? The knight on e4, it's worth like 100 pieces. But even if he trades it, he's better strategically. But you can't flag anyone when it's 5+2. See, that's the thing. I'd actually, personally, I think I'd prefer 5+0. I like 7+2, 7+3. I prefer the 3-second increment, honestly. 2 is sort of tricky. Well, he seems like a strong player. I mean, I don't know if he's a GM, but I feel like I'm being pushed around a little bit in this game. And kind of not sure about if my position is okay or not. I will say that. Man. Queen f4, that's a kind of weird move. I mean, I'm not concretely sure it was a mistake per se, but definitely not what I expected. Forcing an exchange of queens. Wonder why he took with the king there. It kind of looks like my only hope is to win on time. We have rook f5 check. Not sure. Pass pawn. Go with pass pawn, I guess. Passed pawn must be pushed. Looks like he panicked. I don't know about that game. I think I was worst for the first 2/3 of the game and like winning in the last 10 moves only. That was really, really dubious by me. The only thing that was good was my time, you know. Other than that, I'm not super thrilled. With that, Yellow Dragoon from the EU versus North America. The Yellow Dragoon entering the tournament. Okay, World Loser is off to one of his notorious fast starts. Morwa, Tushar, Draco Fire. Thanks everybody for watching and playing. See what happens today. We've got a strong player. Yellow Dragoon, also World Loser, is pretty strong. Nice to see you guys. I take back. Yeah, my old friend Joseph Fang. Just a tournament in his memory. No, he's still alive, I think, but I'm not certain. Okay, Dagos here. Let's check his bullet rating. No bullet rating. All right, I guess we should berserk. It's risky though. The London. Nah. This will probably be like a really strong player. Coming with a knight c3. This guy is scary with the bishop b5. What is going on here? Who is this guy? 1683. He dropped his queen. Whew, I was scared. Actually, that was a really dynamic opening. But he just didn't calculate. Alright, that was fortunate. A good berserk. Another kind of questionable position. If he trades on d8, I don't know, man. Yellow Dragon is good. You coming to watch the world champs in Britain? I don't think so. I'm sort of stuck here. You know, if you can lend me like maybe 5 figures, we could talk about it. A little short of travel money. All right, let's go with the next game. That was fortunate though. We just got lucky there. Actually, we were sort of lucky in the first game too. Better to be lucky than good. That's what they say, right? I'm living by that in my first 2 games. I mean, he just dropped his queen on d4. Honestly, queen takes d8, king takes d8. I think that white is better there. That ending, I'm just not that happy about it, but it just looked like the simplest way to play the position. I'm probably just worse. I'm thinking I'm just worse there. I mean, he's got those raging bishops. Lucky to hold. You know, it's probably like half a pawn better for white in the position where he dropped his queen last game. Something like queen takes d8, king takes d8, f takes e4, bishop d7, slight advantage to white. At least half a pawn. But that's the reason why everyone plays bishop f4 on move 2. The modern London or whatever is the whole idea is that you don't have your knight committed to f3 and you can incorporate this, you know, Rapport style, whatever you want to say, Jabava, I like to name those guys. The Chigorin or whatever Verisov type ideas with knight to c3. Alright, World Loser, uh-oh. Alright. World Loser he hasn't got a look at my g3 type stuff lately. What's he gonna do? But he likes Slav. That's fine. It's the King's Indian guys that really irritate me. The symmetrical fianchetto. That starts to get totally crazy and annoying. I had a game like this today with one of my students. He played like b6. That's a bad move. I mean, more than likely, World Loser and I played this before, but I don't like d takes c4 now. We go queen c2 here. His queen is misplaced. I think my queen is okay, but his queen is sort of questionable on against another Polish player. I had this opening. Warakamska. Quick draw in the last round. I didn't realize she needed like a win to make a WGM result. This was 2 years ago. I offered a draw and like it was kind of awkward. I thought she made a norm with like a draw, and I offered a draw and she like thought for 10 minutes. I felt kind of bad afterwards, but what am I gonna do? Like lose? All right. Castles. Black has given up his strong point on d5, which is like a small strategic victory. Okay, I'm talking too much. He's a fast player. I don't want to get into ridiculous time pressure. He's going to use his time advantage to his advantage. All right, tempo. Tempoville. I like white, but I don't think it's like a massive edge or something. Making kind of routine moves. Problem with the time control at hand. Okay. I am not even interested in... maybe e4 at some point. He's actually threatening that. Are you threatening me? It's a bad move. I gotta stop making bad moves. Just don't make bad moves. Take my advice. This is very committal. Well, I don't want to see like bishop takes g3. World Loser will have more time. More than likely. Grab the white square bishop. Let's see. Oh, that was convenient. That worked out well for him. Nice positional play. He's not at all playing tactically. You know, he's just played really just strategic chess, and now I think black is better. Realistically, black is better here. I think I made a bad move, though. I could make another bad move, maybe. This is crazy. Why didn't I put my king on h1? Can somebody tell me why I chose to put my king on h2 instead of h1? Because it makes no sense whatsoever. I think I'll put my king on that diagonal where he can, like, annihilate me. Alright, well, you know what? Let's just pretend that that was never there on h2. He's got a lot of white square weaknesses. Trying to probe the white squares. Probation. Make our white square bishop count. He's got some thematic ideas of his own. He's all about the d4 square, which is correct. Correct. We may have a tactical problem here for black. That's just too much. Too much stuff. I ought to have some threats here. I don't see any immediate threats. We should have some sort of threats. Knight takes h6. Does the place actually exist? Notice how the king is safe on h1 because it's a white square. Knight takes h6 or knight takes g7. Now wait a minute here. Now, I'm thinking we have a strong move. I mean, pretty much everything is good. I kind of let him get away with this, though. He's only down 2 exchanges. I guess I thought I had an extra check. Just too much time. Yeah. Tempting to give up my exchange there. All right. This should be winning. We'll just advance the pawns on both sides slowly. I don't think my technique was the best. Nursing a raging attack. A raging nurse. Just go. Go with the flow. Let's take another one. I'm greedy. I'm greedy and merciless. Alright, back to tournament. I feel like a break. Man. World Loser just was playing totally positionally and then let his tactics down. He had me, again, another bad position for me. I just lost control of the d4 square. What's up, everyone? Fang Arena. 21 players. Try your luck. 5+2 blitz. I try to make it instructive, though. You know, even when I'm playing, my priority isn't to win the tournament. We got a new player here, Limax. Has he played before? If what? Merle Dixon plays, I would just resign. Merle Dixon donated 100 bets, so I would think about resigning too. Not today, though. The other day. Merle Dixon is actually a... What is it? The Living Dead? Or the Walking Dead? Living Dead. Whatever. Night of the Living Dead. It's actually a Walking Dead character. We have no idea who Merle Dixon actually is. The stream is more interesting when I win. That's good to know. Hopefully Tushar wanted to play the King's Indian. Sometimes King's Indian players are in a hurry and they let you transpose to a fianchetto Pierce. Hardcore King's Indian players not really thinking about the move order can be tricked. Benko, I mean, actually, some places they call this like the Benko system or whatever, when you play G3 on move 1. I don't know how it was like Benko did it against Fischer. But this is really like a standard fianchetto Pirc. But I really think that the fianchetto is a good line against the Pirc. It's probably, well, I don't know, a little bit stronger for white than, say, the bigger advantage, let's say, than like the fianchetto system against the King's Indian, for example. You could also argue that the King's Indian's a better opening than the Pirc. I don't know, I don't know. But it is more space. I mean, you're talking about two central pawns on d4 and e4. Then again, in the King's Indian, white's played c4, which commits him somewhat to like playing on the queen side. And that's the advantage we have here. We can kind of play more in the center, even on the king side. When you play c4, you're very much committed to like queen side play against the King's Indian. I think against the Pirc. Now, I'm no authority. I think we had a game with Tushar the other day. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe it was someone else. Benko punched Fischer in 1962. I'll have to ask him about that. I mean, he's famous for giving his spot to Fischer, so. There was actually an article somewhere, I think a Hungarian chess magazine recently. Someone did an interview with Paul. I mean, I've met Paul, He's a really easygoing person. He's getting up there. He's over 80. I think he's about 80 exactly, actually. He may be exactly 80 this year. I'd like to do an interview. Get him on the stream. Wonder how much he would charge for a guest appearance on the Sladgie stream. Bishop e3. My sad regret was not getting an interview with like Lilienthal when he was still alive. I was living in Budapest, and Lilienthal, who's like a legend, was still alive. I was thinking I should interview him, and then he died. So it was brilliant. All right. A little constructive move. Queen d3, keeping the tension. But can you imagine, like, look at Tushar. He's all tactics, huh? It's always tactics with Tushar. Opportunistic tactics. Looking for that tactics. But the knight on b6 is bad. It's a very bad square. I mean, even in blitz, like, strategy is still more important than tactics. It is said that when people die, they fall off the radar. Well, I'll never have as many games published as Lilienthal. I'm looking at his game from like 41 Soviet Championship. Thinking, we had the games going back to ridiculously back in history, and he was still alive until like 10 years ago. I mean, even more recently, probably. I don't know exactly when he died, but what a stupid thing not to interview him. All right, so knight h5. There's a Fischer picture that the chess organizer for Saturday had. Fischer with Lilienthal at a dinner. I have that somewhere. That was in the 90s when Fischer was, well, actually, I'm sorry, probably later. Knight h5 now. That's where they go. I wonder where they go when they die. Now I no longer question the meaning of life. G4. Well, the nice thing about the fianchetto Pirc is that, again, unlike the King's Indian, I think that we can be more aggressive on the king side in these type of systems. Silence. Tal got really ill at 62 candidates. Fischer was the first person to visit him. I don't know that much history about the interpersonal things, you know. I'm not a chess historian. I kind of like, you know, stories and stuff, but I don't know that much. I have to ask Edward Winter, chess historian extraordinaire, an anonymous person. Now we look toward Karpov for our inspiration. Great game for me in the Fianchetto Pierce is a classic Karpov Timan, and I don't remember which tournament it was. Karpov just absolutely wasting Timan, spatially crushing him like a dog. Nothing against dogs, but I don't know how to describe it. Very, very famous game. One of Karpov's, like, sort of prophylactic games. I think Dvoretsky uses that game as a kind of key example. Alright, maybe I'm just going to take this. I feel like I sold out a little bit, trading it all for that night. We have a big advantage. I mean, spatially. Some tactics, perhaps. Nothing really clear. Now he's sort of blockading it. The black queen seems kind of awkward here. Not a lot of space to work with. Helpmate. Alright, back to tournament. Baby kittens. Taking candy from babies. Try to be fast, put the pressure on them with the clock. I don't think that my play has been that good in these 4 games that I've played. But the one thing I've done is played quickly. Against World Loser, I was actually behind on the clock there. But he made some mistakes playing too quick. So it's a double-edged sword. Like, you have to play fast, but you have to play fast without making mistakes. That's the secret. You know, that's how Magnus does it, right? You have to find your pace. You have to find your limits. How fast can you play without making blunders? You know, I've been fairly good at not making blunders so far. Wish you a good day. Wish you a good day. He's berserking. It's a new account. D4, though. Alright. I like it when people berserk and then play kind of harmless openings. That's good. I think when someone berserks against you, if you have the option, you should try to play as solidly as you can. Wish you a good day, reminding me of someone else. He's reminding me of, who is it? No. One of the German players who was like 2100 who plays regularly, I was thinking, but he plays E4. What's his, Aculian or someone like that. Wish you a good day is a player who's playing ridiculously solid for someone who's like berserking. I mean, normally when you berserk, you play like a maniac. Wish You a Good Day like Berserks and then plays super solid, which seems kind of weird. It's 5+2. I think the position is about equal. Not Aldous, though. Aldous, though, is not solid. I mean, he plays pretty hyper-aggressive in certain situations. We want to try to use our time to our advantage. Not easy to do, but easy to say. Hoover, the American vacuum cleaner company, comes to mind here. Black could be a tiny bit better. Bishop and pawns on the right colors. Queenside majority for minority attack type thing. But still white's super solid, so drawish comes to mind. How about an ending like queen d5, chop chop? That could be risky. It's like a player with really big opening, endgame technique or something. He really likes trading pieces. This is kind of a weird ending. I mean, g5 should give me an automatic advantage. We have the queen. We have the outside passed pawn. Whenever I want it. So if I come over here, I have to calculate this. Probably not a good move there. First, I should create the outside passed pawn. Maybe I should have played like a5 first. Can I play e5, d5, king e7? Now we're just winning. Alright, that was kind of sketchy. But maybe winning, I mean, with outside passed pawn. I'm not that sure. You know, it kind of felt like it shouldn't really be lost for white somehow. But the outside pawn, it's very, very valuable. So I'm not 100% sure that was like automatically winning for me. If it had gone down a little different. What's up, guys? Tushar. Don't call him Tushy. That's sort of weird. Alright. More wah. More wah. No berserk against you. We got off to a good start, though. We're lucky today. G3. More wah, like, inspired by Moi. Is he inspired by Moi, but is he just playing this because he likes to play this? Anyway, I have other things. I play D5, but I'm not that down with D5, to be honest with you. I don't normally play D5 type openings. I do recommend playing D5 against the King's Indian attack, though. I think it's a good system. Now, this is like a hybrid between the closed Sicilian and King's Indian attack. What am I going to do? E5 I don't like. E6 maybe. I'll just play E6. Do you also coach? I do. And I have been lately. I had a long break from coaching, but in the last couple of years I'm back. So if you're interested, please send me an email, videochesstrainer@gmail.com. I do have the info posted. Bob donated. He donated 69 bits. That puts you on the leader Bob. The leader Bob. It's now called the leader Bob. All right, we're back into a kind of closed Sicilian. I used a lot of time here. I didn't know more why I even played the closed Sicilian. So, TJ Chess 2500. I don't like to see that 2500 in my opponent's names. TJ is up there. This smells like theory. It's closed Sicilian. Kind of a not very popular particular variation for white, but pretty solid, you know. This is like a kind of quiet closed Sicilian for white. Last time against Morwa, I played like G3, D5, which is, I think, a very principled approach. But most of my openings with black against, let's say, D4 are not D5 based. So when it goes like G3, D5, Knight F3, I end up playing setups that I'm not really that accustomed to. Thanks, Moobot. Thanks, JCS. You guys, we have a Discord. If you want to check out the Discord, pub Sladgie. My handle on Twitch is Sladgie. So this is a weird exchange, getting onto another subject. Weird exchange of your dark squared bishop. That is his good bishop. Now the moment of truth. How do we protect that pawn on d4? There's the artificial queen b6, knight c6, or e5. I mean, he's probably playing c3. Queen b6 would attack his b2 pawn. But let's say, you know, for argument's sake, I play queen b6, he plays c3 anyway. If I take on c3, he takes back with the pawn. I don't know. We'll have to check this, you know. Is this like a line? Giving up the bishop? I always thought it was horrifying for white, but in reality, it's probably not that bad. Now, I haven't committed myself to the castle of Kingside. So one thing that I do recommend is, if you like to play aggressive chess, Sicilian e4 c5 is is useful. Oftentimes, it's useful not castling too early because it gives us flexibility. We can go. We can go miso. Let's go miso. I don't know why the Croatian Grandmaster Miso Sabalo. He's like a senior now, but I watched him go real caveman on people in the past with like G5, H5. I feel maybe I'm getting overconfident though. Overconfidence is a dangerous thing. I think I'm getting overconfident. I won too many games and I'm getting overconfident. Let's not get overconfident. Morwa is fast. He doesn't make a lot of blunders. And he's kind of tough. So I think I was starting to get overconfident because I won all my games so far. I'm getting, thinking about H5, doing crazy stuff. And like a player like this, I think I should be cautious. And he's a tough player. He's solid. Just play solid and play well. Don't go crazy. I'm not going to go crazy. I almost did with the H5, but let's just make him play good chess. You don't see the Discord link in the open channel. No, I mean, the link should be around. You do need, like, a password. Our moderator, our just tireless workhorse moderator, Soltigo, he's an awesome guy. I really like the Discord. It's fun. Me so horny. I love the donations. But anyway, Sabalo's cool because he's like 70, or I don't know, he's pushing 70. He still plays the dragon. Man, I gotta give him credit. He was a quality grandmaster back in the days of the Yugoslavia. But he's a nice guy, class act, and he also plays, man, he plays all out, even at his age with 70 years. He's like going toe to toe, playing the black side of the dragon really sharply against younger players and stuff. You got to give him credit for that. A lot of players, when they get older, they get really conservative, afraid to do anything, and he just goes for the throat. He gets wasted sometimes, but got to appreciate that. I think I played him once in Slovenia. It was an F3 Nimzo. He's like a specialist in the F3 Nimzo. So we had a little discussion. We had a little discussion in an F3 Nimzo, but I managed to hold it. I didn't let it get too out of control. Now I think B4 is a good move for white. Obviously expanding on the queen side more wah. That would be the best idea. I was working on queen play with one of my students recently, and it's funny how some players don't handle the queen well, There are many decisions. I mean, when to trade queens, going into the end game. Or Wah could resist, he could resent. He could resent. What's the word I'm looking for? Regret. He could regret giving up his dark squared bishop. If this position opens up too much in the dark squares, I'm already like, that bishop h6 looks tasty. We get out to h6, look at that really nice diagonal. The bad bishop that could. But I still like b4 more wah. I think you should expand your queen side horizons. Actually, b4 is not so bad here. It's not good, but it's not that bad. I don't think he gets his queen trapped directly. I was trying to trick him into trapping his queen, but don't do any crazy piece sacrifices or anything like that, please. And no trading off the white squared bishop. We have an advantage in terms of two bishops. He's doing what I said he shouldn't do. The queen is very, very much in danger here. But I can't concretely trap it. Now I take, his pawn is basically a dead man. Then I play something like rook c8. And then when he goes rook b1, I can play rook. Alright. His structure is just catastrophic. I think there's better ways to round this pawn up, though. I gotta secure my investment. I don't want to think just purely materialistic here. Restricting his pieces, keeping his pieces back. No bishop h3, no knight sacrifices, nothing fancy. And we're going to take your c-pawn. If you don't mind, I'd like to borrow your c-pawn for a little while. He has an idea, but I do too. Mutual ideas. Mutual of Omaha. Alright, now I'm in there, you're in there. Maybe this was a mistake. I've got to win a pawn eventually. Man, it's like pulling teeth to get a pawn off of this guy. My God. No, he found a way to save it too. Amazing defense by Marois. Crafty, crafty play. Found that pawn. Panicking. You're kidding me. Good eye. That's what they said in baseball, right? Good eye. Insane D by the Marois. Gotta play for mate. Always play for mate. I have a protected passed pawn too. That's going to pose some problems. Whew, another game that wasn't at all clean. Let it get really, really nasty. I have no idea who TJHS is. He's never played on the stream before. But he is leading the tournament. What is he, berserking every game? No, he's in second place. He lost his first 2 games against Trouts and Marois. Wow. Trouts coming through with a major upset there. Good to see you, Trouts. Guys, we have an hour left in the Fang arena. It seems like, wow, it seems like it's been longer. I'm used to like the 7+2. We can play more games with this control. Would any other regular subscriber like the link to Discord? It's a major turn off. My beer drinking during a stream. I know, Bob, it turns you off. I'm sorry about that. I'll try to be sober next time. So e4, knight c6, guys. Tomorrow we have a Wednesday stream, unusual openings. We try to play the unusual. To be unusual. Dracofire was playing a lot of b4 against me. Now he's discovered the English opening. I've talked about this a lot on my stream. I hate playing closed positions in blitz. Let's make it open. Let's play some kind of open stuff with tactics. How many games now have I had that are just really closed? Man, the closed Sicilian, I'm going to pull my hair out if I had to play another closed Sicilian with black. The last game was awful. It's painful to play like that stodgy closed position with the fast time control. It takes a lot of thinking about strategy. I just want to calculate, you know, forced variations. Plus 100 rating till too much. Yeah. This is just a standard Botvinnik setup. You can't get any more standard than this for white. It's kind of like the last game, except he's played c4. His pawn jumped over the knight. The last game was a kind of close Sicilian. King's Indian attack. I don't know what you call it, close Sicilian. This is in English. But they're closely related, obviously. No, I don't know. I mean, some people will say I should have berserked, like, against Dracofire, but conservative approach here. The pawns smile. I call this, when we get to structure, eventually, hopefully, we will call it the pawn smile. The bane of all close Sicilian players. Hard to crack it. Not berserking here may cost you the tournament. I don't know. This guy TJ Chess, he lost his first two games suspiciously, sandbagging the first two games. And, you know, he gets that easy pairings with those, what do you call it, the Swiss Gambit. You lose the first game or two on purpose. People have, like, literally done this in over-the-board tournaments on purpose. One time, Mikhail Gurevich won the World Open. He was losing the first round against the guy I know, Michael Hennigan. I don't think he did it on purpose, but just for case in point. Mikhail Gurevich loses the first round of the World Open, you know, to a player who was like 300 points lower, and then wins the rest of the tournament like 7.5 out of 8. You know, he got easy pairings for a couple of rounds because he lost the first round. You know, this is called the Swiss Gambit. It's an actual concept. Here we go again. Well, you guys have a disease with this dark square bishop thing. Man, he's doing the same thing as Morois. No respect for the dark square bishop. I know that my dark square bishop's not great, but it was your good piece, you know. It was your good bishop. But again, it's hard to play closed positions in blitz. Okay, first of all. Secondly, hard to make this bishop a strong piece in a closed position. Knights are better in general in closed positions. So even after trading his good bishop off, Dracofire still has two good knights and a bishop that maybe could be okay. You know, it could still activate. It could skid out to h3. Skid out. I mean, I've played this sort of position like a million times in blitz games. I don't know here how I should react, really. All right, kick him out. His knight is pretty bad on a3. But I'm concerned about f5 a bit. You know, if I play e5, he plays f5. Not an easy position, really, to decide what to do here. I do have more time, so I have time to think, but Can I do anything on the dark squares? Looking for dark square play. If he does g5, I can try to break out. Man, this is risky. I think my best chance here... And by the way, I'm glad I didn't berserk, because Dracofire seems pretty legit for 1600. I played enough games with him to know that he's not a pushover. And this is kind of the borderline. Bob said I should berserk against anybody over, under 1700, but Dracofire is pretty tough. I don't know about this decision. We've got to get a grip on the dark squares. But then again, my knight would like that square as well. So I don't know about my decision here. I could close it up with g5. He's threatening g5. Alright, let's try to use our time advantage. Yeah, the horrible dark squares, but on the other hand, he has a certain amount of space, and it's hard to actually crack him. I was kind of lucky against Wow with that 2 diagonal bishops tactic, which could actually occur here as well. Yeah. Right, I mean, I'm thinking, like, this bishop on b7. I mean, I wanted to get my knight over there, out of the way of the bishop on b7. Typical, like, hedgehog problem. Yeah, I mean, knight f4 looks borderline crazy. Once in a while, you'll miss something. It's like when you play poker. I found this to be true. If you really don't understand where a bet's coming from, it's usually like 2 possibilities. The guy has the absolute nuts, or he's just like, bluffing. And once in a while, you just miss something completely, and then you just like reside. That's when they have the nuts, and you didn't even think they could have 4 of a kind or something like that. So here, does he literally have no defense against queen g3? I don't think he even considered it. I mean, the weakness on the dark squares, he's just thinking, here we have another poker analogy, but, you think one step about what the other guy has. You think about just what you have. This is a typical beginner mistake. You're not thinking about what I have. You're thinking only about what you have. You've got to always look for moves for the other guy. I mean, me on the dark squares, that's a chronic weakness here for white, and there's just no move. He's actually just getting mated or losing a piece. So unfortunately, he doesn't have, time to play king g1 there. That bishop wanted to do some damage on the long diagonal, but it didn't have time. So I think that white's position might have been okay, but f5 was kind of risky. I mean, you already had, like, weakened the dark squares considerably. So Yellow Dragoon's coming on. This mystery guy in first place has got a crazy amount of points after his Swiss Gambit. Oh, he's from India too. Okay, now it all starts to come together. He's got to be friends with Tushar, or maybe... What happened to... Actually... What happened to the other guy from India? Wait a minute. The guy played in the first round. What's the handle now? He only played 1 game and then quit. Gaudaman only played the 1 game, then quit. And then this other guy appears. Couldn't possibly be another account, could it? No India policy. No, they're just good, man. These guys are good. Tushar is good. Gao the Man's good. This is probably just another guy who's good. But he did lose his first games, which is weird. You got to admit. Can we get an Ancient Aliens? You got to ask yourself, when the guy loses the first 2 games to kind of low-rated opponents and then wins all the rest of his games, it's not kind of weird? He just wasn't warmed up. Okay. Tushar. We're going to vary to knight f3. Very different from the first game where I played like g3. The triangle. Tushar has the wide repertoire. He's like playing g6 against g3. But against knight f3, he plays the Slav. That's a lot of trouble to go to. You know, to have a different d4 defense to everything white can play on move 1. Pretty difficult stuff. Now, this is technically a Grunfeld where he played c6 against... This is the Fang arena. My friend Joe Fang plays bishop g5 against the Grunfeld, by the way. So, this is a Joe. This is for Joe. But I guess there's nothing really that special white can do, you know. It's basically a Schlechter Slav where my bishop's out on g5, which is supposed to be good for white. But on the other hand, you know, it's still not that easy to do anything here. Yeah, we need an Ancient Aliens emote here. You gotta ask yourself, the guy loses the first 2 games to his 2 lowest rated opponents. He just wasn't warmed up. Then he won like every game after that, 27 points. I'm getting warmed up. I'm getting warmed down. What do we got? 51 minutes left. No, there was never an Ancient Aliens emote for the stream with Mubat. We have it on the Discord. Bishop takes c4. I mean, you want to play c5. It's the Grunfeld, you know, but he's already played c6. So you got to ask yourself, is it worth losing another tempo? 95. Looking for 95 here. The little voice in my head is saying, that's asking too much from this position. But he's coming with the standard knight b6 stuff. So we do need to do something. Knight e5 just screams of, well, it's just asking too much of the position. So what should we do? We have to be controlled here. Controlled troll. Rook d1's always a good move. That's always a good move. You can't go wrong with that. The bad queen on d8 in the Catalan Grunfeld. Uh-oh, queen there. That didn't occur to me. Well, anyway, non-offensive move. Tushar's trying to play fast. We have knight e5 again. I still don't think it's anything. All right, now trading queens. So queen c2. Yeah, queen c2 is justified here. Similar to the other game I had with Mr. World Loser. Queen on b6 misplaced. Queen on b3 misplaced. But I'm admitting I have a problem, you know. It's like Alcoholics Anonymous. I admit I have a problem with the b3 square, and my queen is sort of artificially placed there. My name is William. I have a problem with putting my queen on b3, and I'd like to take the first step and admit that I have a problem with that. All right, h6. Oh my goodness. So close to annihilation, and it doesn't quite work. Wow, this is sick, dude. Bishop takes h6, bishop takes h6, queen takes g6, check. Bishop g7, knight g5, triple attacking f7. And then he has, like, only move, e6. And, like, what do I do next? Just the end of the world. I can't believe it. It's, like, heartbreaking. H4. And I'm going to lose on time. I'm not going to waste all my time on this stupid move. I mean, I'm just better here. I wasted a minute. I wasted 30 seconds. I could have thought 30 seconds less and just accepted the fact that I'm trying to force things too hard here for a beautiful tactic. It's a 5+2, so we have an increment, but it's really an insignificant kind of increment. But if you're Magnus Carlsen, you're constantly being practical. You know, you're like, I'd never waste my time calculating something, you know. I just know it's not worth it. That's why I'm world champion. Magnus is the greatest practical chess player of all time. You know, he's not the best chess player in my opinion, IMHO, but he is the greatest practical chess player of all time. He constantly makes good practical decisions as far as time management, way to play, when to calculate, you know, when not to calculate, when to be fast, what type of positions to play. E6, okay. Is knight h5 going to be a problem? Like my knight, his knight, your knight. Okay, this is almost like a queen's gambit now. Okay, I just feel like I like white here. I just like white strategically. We're just better, you know. Better. I don't want my dark square bishop to leave this earth. It could be very powerful. I don't care about winning the tournament. I just want to play and be instructive. And if TJ Chess or Yellow Dragoon or Abu Fazl wins it, that's fine. Camel Clutcher. I like to call him Camel Culture. That's my nickname. Everybody has to have a nickname. What's up, Morales? You're back from your OTB Classical game. Good news or bad news? Let's not be results oriented. Guys, please support the stream. Bits donations are welcome. Obviously, PayPal donations if you can support the stream. Even a small donation of $5 a year goes a long way. Okay, Tushar. He played knight h5 anyway? That's kind of weird. You got to admit, playing knight h5 anyway after h3, that's kind of a strange thing to do. You're seriously short of plans. You know, so now it's like beautiful center for white. I really like to avoid, you know, maybe I had a stronger move, avoiding the exchange of knights, but you have to say his knight on d5 is a strong piece. I have to admit that. That's a strong piece. And if I play e4, he could put a knight on f4, and I don't have time to calculate, so I'm just being safe here. Hey, Will, I played in the Massachusetts Opium this last weekend and saw your name engraved in the championship trophy for 2003. It would have been nice to meet you in person. You should have looked back a little bit further. No, I've got another one. I'm greedy. I would like credit for more than one. I've got another one. If you go way back in history to 1994. That was my first one. The first one. Man, Tushar is specializing in one thing today. Getting his queen trapped on f5. Don't do it again. That'd be ridiculous if you played queen f5 and he got his queen trapped on f5 in 2 different tournaments. I was in kindergarten in 94. Damn, Bob, I thought you were older. You're so mature. I was sure you were older. Okay, Tushar is officially desperate. He sacked a piece here, and you can't blame him for that. The queen is not looking like it has too many squares. Yeah, that's absolutely like forced move. He had to play f5, as horrible as it is, like strategically. He had to do it because otherwise his queen was just flat out trapped immediately. Now it's flat out trapped immediately anyway. That's 2 queen traps, so it's like a kind of weak point for Tushar. His king is safe, but his queen is not safe. You know, you guys can do the, what is it called? Alright, I need the word. The word, please. The feature on lichess where you can explore your games. What is it called? Man, let me go to a game. Analytics or whatever the heck it's called. You can go to the analytics and check your games, and you can really like pinpoint like certain weaknesses in your game. I mean, one of my students seriously, Camel Culture, he seriously pinpointed that his play with queens was bad, and so he started working on that. Nice viewer count today. I didn't check it, Bob. They're here to see you. Alright, Camel Culture, I don't know his rep too much. He didn't play e5. I love the e5, man. We could get some Aronian versus Bashir going on. I love those games. I saw a Gelfand game today where he got busted in the Russian team championship in this line. But Gelfand did a weird thing, like knight takes c3, b takes c3. Sorry, knight takes c3, bishop c4. Now he played e6, which is a move I never seriously considered before. But there's some games with that. I either play knight takes c3, bishop c4, knight d5, or I play e6 straight up. But I've never considered the in-between variation. Gelfand was black against Potkin, I think. Potkin took him out. Gelfand's slipping. I mean, damn, dude. Potkin, really? Just a run-of-the-mill 2600. Gelfand losing with black. Dude, you made a mistake. How am I supposed to win? You don't make a mistake. How am I supposed to win? I make tons of mistakes. Just not recently. Just not recently. I won the Massachusetts championship twice. Once I won it clear in 94, and then in 2003 I tied with Alexander Ivanov. We split it. I think we had a, no, I don't remember. We probably had a draw in that tournament. But I get the tournaments confused. There's a good chance that Alex and I drew if the tournament was tied 5 out of 6. Little Plotkin. No, Potkin. Not Plotkin. Big Potkin. He's like the Russian Simon Williams. He's got the seriously red hair. Alright. Well, this is a line that I played a lot with both colors. I won't tell my stories about this variation. I played with black against Ferenc Barabura. I played with white against the English Grandmaster and won. I drew Barabura with black. I played countless blitz games with the Estonian IM Olaf Sepp. So I like f6, Camel Clutcher. f6 is like probably best. But bishop g7, okay. That's like some sort of old school. You gotta ask yourself, what would Grishuk do? I have no idea what the best move is against BG7. I'm more concerned about playing this position for black than with white, because it's obviously more critical when you're black. The theme. Well, first of all, bishop f4 takes away rook b8. That's important. And we're looking for a very clear plan. You've seen even a bunch of times. He still plays. Yeah, he's a monster, man. I saw the guy get hit by a tractor trailer, and he just went to the game like there was nothing wrong, okay? And he'll still be playing after he's dead, man. Don't worry. I saw him get frostbite and almost have his legs amputated, and he just played in the Aeroflot Open like there was nothing wrong. He'll never stop. He'll never be stopped. That's all he does is play chess. He's crazy. All right. Not interested in pawns here. I'm not aiming for pawns. We're looking for larger prey. Not necessarily queens, but strategic gains, let's say. Who was that guy I beat in a rapid game? English Grandmaster. I can never remember his name because it's like so common. Like Smith, but it's not Smith. It's don't know. Anyway, I played both sides of this line. It's hard to play for black. I remember once I had a blitz game with Pop Jula, and I drew, but he tortured me for a long time. What's up, guys? We've got 36 minutes left in the tournament. Whoever TJ Chess is, he's just running away with it, with his Swiss Gambit. And then the other Dragoon right behind me, he says he's out of practice. John Doe. No. Gordon. Stephen Gordon. That's a pretty standard English name, isn't it? I mean, I don't mean to put him down, but it sounds so standard. All right. He's a good player. I was lucky to beat him. You know, I'm proud to beat any Grandmaster, even if it was rapid chess. Do you think I want your stinking pawn? I don't want your stinking pawn, man. The problem is if I play knight d3, if the knight d3 happens, bad things happen in a different way. This is an f6 is a good move. It's a good move. Maybe I have to take the pawn and just accept the fact that the long diagonal could be frightening. And stop to just fear. Oh, man. All right. I'm biting the bullet here and playing knight f3. Knight d3, bishop a6, and trade off my knight. I don't think so, you know. I want your bishop to be a pawn. Both of your bishops have to be pawns. They have to remain pawns for the duration of the game. That's their duty in life, to be pawns. Pawn number 1 and pawn number 2. Then we'll play with real pieces, like knights and bishops and stuff like that. All right, still not so easy. Somebody call up Olaf Sepp. Tell him I need some help right now. My neighbor just cut off all my hair. Whoa, with the rook h5. Psychopath move. Gotta admit, that's kind of a cool move. We've got camel culture in time pressure. There's always the bishop on g3. I hate bishops on g3. Like, you can never checkmate someone with the bishop on g3. And I know that if I was camel culture and I was playing Olaf Sepp, I'd be very nervous about playing the move e5. Because Olaf would just, like, rip my face off. He'd be like, dude, look at your pawn structure. How's your pawn structure doing right about now? But his pieces are pretty active. Bishop g5 might be worth considering. I really wanted to play bishop g3, though. It seems safer. Now we have to be very accurate. Rook d1. He's got rook d5. Man, Camel with the crazy tactics. This is going to get really dicey. He has rook d5. Pure luck. I just made a move that doesn't work. Camel culture with the peace activity. Like he's God or something. Man. We fix his pawns? What am I doing? Finds every move. I want to play like rook c7 so badly here, but it doesn't work. It's like literally scaring the heck out of me. Talented individual. Look at that play. He's excellent. Feels like I'm worse now. What am I doing? I'm like dropping a piece. Oh my god. Alright. Not a good idea to drop pieces. Let's just try to remain calm and not do anything totally insane. Great game by Camel Culture, though. Worth every bit of his rating. Absolute monster. Did you see his last move? Is that crazy or what? It's a little like reminding me of someone else. This is like playing. It's exactly. I know who this is like. It's exactly like playing an endgame I had recently. The exact same endgame. Wow, brilliant play, man. If this is a draw, then we're wasting a lot of time here. I think it's a draw now. I don't know. I think he was winning, though. He had like d4. He missed the chance. All right, man. Great game by Camel Culture. I don't think we're going to... I mean, he deserved to win. He had like d4. It was exactly like the unspoken name. I can't say it. Against Derndatch, exactly the same endgame. But Derndatch wouldn't have made a mistake, obviously. You know... He just annihilated me. That was the last game I played with him. The Camel Culture played a good, complete game, though. It wasn't just like the end game was... Okay, he made a mistake. He probably was winning. But the overall game was cool. You know, in a complex position. From Rook H5 and on, you know, I thought it was a really... inspiring game by Black. I didn't play very dynamically. I was looking for a static advantage and then couldn't find it. And then before I knew it, I was on the defensive. He was fast and good. What can we say? All right. We got 20 minutes, 25 minutes left. He was beating 3,000 beat, but flagged. Who are you talking about, Tushar? Against Camel Culture? Or someone else? Berserk, the next one. Well, if I get a low-rated opponent, maybe I'll think about it. I don't think we can catch TJ. I don't know. He seems kind of unbeatable after his Swiss Gambit the first two games. That's suspicious, man. I mean, lose the first two games and win every game you play, like the whole tournament. Damn, dude. You know you lost those games on purpose. He's playing Vampire M1500. Vampire M playing like really caveman. G5. Wow. So what's up, guys? 100 viewers. No, this time is a little bit better than my European time. The Fang Arena in honor of my friend International Master Joe Fang. He's off watching Judge Joe Brown reruns right now. But we'll play in his honor. Nefedov, where did you come from? Haven't we had enough let's say theoretical battles lately? I'm busting the knight h6 because we want to get Nefedov out of his comfort zone. He's a player who's very happy with things he knows, but I've beaten better players than Mr. Nefedov with knight h6. It's not meant to be a diss, but it's a specific move for the situation. He's comfortable in openings he knows. Already e5 is a mistake. Now it's very close to like a Caro-Kann advance or French where bishop takes h6 is, you know, kind of questionable. I've played this opening a lot in Blitz and even in a couple of over-the-board games. So it's not without testing. Bishop d7 or knight c6 here is a close call. Joe is... he's what? High AF right now? I'm looking good today, confident. I had a kind of tough day. I was stressed today, but I don't know why. I mean, I guess chess is an escape. I remember in my old life, many, many moons ago, I used to like not want to go home after the chess tournament was over. One of my friends joked about this with me. Okay, here like queen b6. Nefidov. Let's get the bad bishop outside. I already forced a mistake. Yeah, I mean, e5 is a bad move, I think. I've had a lot of IMs, even, like in blitz games, do that, but it doesn't make sense to play e5, I think. We've got a position that's very much similar to some lines in the French advance. Knight h6 is a known idea there. So I think that black is fine. I would slightly prefer black, perhaps, here. It's a pretty standard-ish position, I want to say, now. There are many better ways to play against knight h6, but over the board to find it, against the young Savely Golubov, I remember I played in a rapid game, e4, knight h6. He freaked out. He did like d4. I played d5. Then how did it go? He took on d5. I played knight f5, and he played c4, and then I played e6. And this is a gambit that I actually analyzed with computers. It's crazy. Like e6, pawn takes e6, queen takes d4, pawn takes f7, check. And this was a draw against the Russian kid Golubov in a rapid tournament. Looks like Nefidov losing some time here. Golubov now is like grandmaster strength, but he'll never forget that I played knight h6 against him and drew a tough game in a rapid game. It's a specific opening. Nefidov is going to need to spend a lot of time to get this critical pawn back, I think, here. You can't just give me that pawn, you know, with no compensation. This is a crazy move, and I understand, but I think that it's still, unless I totally misjudged the position, it's still good for black. This king is it's a classic. You know, I've got the amoeba from hell here. I mean, those pawns, that's the ultimate Tetris pawn structure. You know, nothing can hurt me directly unless I play like an idiot or something. I mean, this is the king safety that you want. In the Caro-Kann or French, if my bishop is stuck in or something, that's bad. But if I've got no bad bishop, you know, what is it called? Spielmann, Rudolf Spielmann, sacrifice with e6. It's an inspiring idea, but Nefidov is a day late and a dollar short here. He's just grasping at straws. When I was playing a lot of poker online, I didn't play much chess, and so when I did play chess, I loved to have fun with like knight h6. I must have played like literally like 1,000 strong players with e4, knight h6. I prefer to play it against e4 because the temptation to take on h6 is so strong. It's like kind of lame to play like d4, knight h6. I don't know if that makes sense. d4, knight h6. They can take it, but they never do. You're like, it looks like you're asking them to take it when you play d4, knight h6. We've got a huge time advantage, a very, very strong pawn mass. Actually, pressure down the g file. This is like a dream position for black. Got to watch my d6 pawn. Hard to penetrate. Well, my king is relatively safe. He must be looking at Karaklaj type of ideas here with queen a6. But my queen can come back that side too. What's the material? Am I up a pawn? Am I up 2 pawns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm up 2 pawns. He's going Karaklaj on me. Serbian theoretician who I met at I met in Belgrade once. He invited me to his house. I was recommended not to go. That's a story for another stream. Okay, Queen A6. That's... Luckily, someone saved me. But, okay. What are we doing here? Nefedov is a tough customer. Development is always important. Bishop f6 is almost a developing move. I want to get my rooks doubled on the g-file. I'm protecting e7. I'm getting out of the way of the rook. It's seeing this, you know, coming here. Nefedov is in big trouble on time, too. He's going to come down on on my e6, though. So I've got to watch this. I mean, I can always play e5, obviously. We probably will have to at some point. The Armada advances. Man, those are pawns. That's a real manly pawn structure there. That's... You're talking about some pawns now. That's what I call a pawn structure. What do you call that? Have you ever had so many center pawns? This is why I play knight h6 on the first move. See what happens? People just like melt down. Like they turn into little babies and start they start crying. All right, he just resigned. Another victory for knight h6. It's just it's like the same thing happened when I played a6 in the first move in a lot of games. The horde. That's a real horde. What do we got for 15 minutes left? But Nefedov joins the myriad of title players who have fallen victim to knight h6 in blitz. I don't know if I'd... Well, I have played it. I played it in a tournament game, and I actually played it in a rapid game. So we've played it in rapid, over the board, like long game. It was a draw. You're never going to believe this, but the game where I played knight h6 in a real over the board game transposed to the c3 Sicilian. And if you're wondering how e4 knight h6 transposes to the c3 Sicilian, you'll just have to do a search for my games with one knight h6. Strangely enough, it's a true story. Anyway, okay, cosine 180 up to 2380. Uh-oh, 2320. Now, I didn't need a strong player right about now. I mean, I'm struggling to hang on to my standings there. I can't play knight h6 again. I just want to end on a positive note. He's playing this like... I want to leave knight h6 where it's at. I was lucky to win one game. I'm not going to push my luck. It doesn't matter against me, cosine. I don't play the knight orf. I don't play the dragon. You know, you can do what you want. He's doing the chameleon move order. So, all right, cosine 180. We've played a number of games. Don't know him too well. I mean, as a player, stylistically. I assume cosine 180 was American. I don't know why. I just assume everyone's American. I live in Hungary, so that's kind of a weird thing to assume. But I guess, you know, he's been here on 2 recent streams, and he wasn't normally watching my European streams, so it's probably a safe bet that he's an American player. I don't see a flag. The last time I lost a tournament game against e4 was it was about a year ago against an American kid named Daniel Gurovich in this opening. But he didn't play that. He played the critical move f4. I really think that f4 is like the way to go. Like this exchange sacrifice is really dicey for black. And I might not play it anymore. This position is pretty standard. I think you can play e6 here and sack a pawn with like queen takes f6, rook g8. That may not be the main line, but I'm thinking it's possible to do that. Looks more natural to play like queen c5. I think I had a game with David Yanofsky. Do you know a chess player named David Yanofsky? Oh, Yazanovsky. No. Yo, no. No, I don't. Young player, no doubt. If it was 30 years or older, I'd probably know them. Sounds like a young player. If I don't know them, they're under 30. That's the safe bet. And they're not Hungarian. I know all Hungarian players and other players who are under 30. So what do? We go like Kojal style here. He's threatening knight, crazy stuff with like 94. We got to be very careful with this tactic. From the Boston area. Nope. But I mean, I'm out of touch. I've been living in Hungary, and I come here for 3 months, 2 to 3 months every year, living in Southeast Massachusetts. But we're very, very close to Kyrgyz. I was going to say Kyrgyz Botvinnik, but that was actually queen on b6. The queen's on a different square. I also lost a game to Hungarian IM. This is bringing back bad memories. I lost a game against Konyu János in the Hungarian Team Championship 2 years ago in one of these types of positions. And I wasn't too happy about it. It was like an opposite color bishop position, and I got hosed in the ending, but I thought I was okay. Never like losing team games. You feel like you're not only letting yourself down, you're letting the other people down too. So that's always especially painful. It hurts twice as much if you lose a game in a team competition. You went to school with them. Okay, the best player at the school. Well, any idea of how strong they are, Bob? But I don't know. Rookie 1, all classic stuff here. We can go Magnus style. I saw Magnus play I played a classical Sicilian recently, and he did the inspiring plan, which I've used on occasion. You pull the trigger on it. You want to do it. It's risky, but we walk the king to the other side. This I did against Kudrin, and I think that Magnus did it recently in a game. I can't remember who that was against, because Magnus plays so many games, and I don't even think he plays the classical Sicilian very often. But he busted out the king d8, king c8, king b8. I think he actually moved his b pawn up. He won the game, in fact. I can't remember if anybody else remember who that was against. Maybe this isn't sound here. I have no idea if cosine has some crazy shots or something, but anyway, it's a blitz game. We're just having fun. I like my king on b8. I normally will often castle queenside in these type of lines, but obviously that's not an option now. My rook was on c8 very early, so castling queenside, that's one drawback of this early bishop d7, rook c8. There will be no, what would Kojal do? Kojal's crazy, but the problem is when Kojal runs into really high rated players, he gets his head handed to him. It's like Yusupov playing the Petrov. You can handle until they're like 2700, and then all of a sudden all the barriers start to break down, and the playing the classical Sicilian doesn't seem like such a good idea anymore. Like 20 years ago, Kramnik played the classical Sicilian, lots of top players, but it just seems like it's gone out of popularity. The Rouser's scary. Or just migration station. That's a dinosaur train idea. One of those classic things that happens, like you put your queen on e5 and they stick a knight on d5. Now, cosine's just gone full force here, but I don't know that this is sound. Something smells fishy. Why can't I just take with a d-pawn here? He's making like an inspired sacrifice, but I don't quite get it. Like I just take, and you play knight e4 and I move my queen somewhere, and that's as far as I can calculate. But my stuff is defended, you know, that's why my rook's on c7. I don't know where to put the queen exactly. I think all ideas should remain on deck here. We've got queen b6, queen b4. Somehow the dark squares seem a little safer, although queen b6, c3 kind of is a rude awakening. There was one thing that concerned me, because I played this against Konyu Janos. You know, queen b4 is not so stupid, actually. Let's go for it. It drops a pawn. That's stupid. It's stupid to drop pawns. But I'm up a pawn to drop, so... Does it actually drop a pawn? It doesn't drop a pawn. That's the other good thing about it, that it really doesn't drop a pawn. Alright. I like not dropping a pawn. Awesome pawns again. You see, I'm all about the central pawns. I'm all about Tetris and the massive central pawns. And it doesn't matter if we're playing the Sicilian or one knight h6. But I like pawn masses. Tetris. I'm terrible at Tetris, ironically. Probably if I practiced, I would be good. Just too many other things in life to enjoy. Other than Tetris. Okay, this was to circumvent rook e3. Just so you know, this was circumventing rook e3, rook b3. I want him to put his pawn on c3, so he can't go Konyu Janos on me with like there. That's a big problem. And now black is good. I think black is good. I'm not claiming I'm winning. I mean, maybe he has some compensation, but we should be okay. You want to see triple pawns. I want to see the queens magically leave the board. And no, I mean, if I take on f5, my pawns start to get kind of weird. I still feel like I'm playing camel culture. That rook on f6 will just tear everything apart. We're going to go back over here for another visit because the king belongs in the center. We were just kidding about king c8, king b8. I want my king in the center. The queens leave the board. We want the king in the center. Very important. I want to keep everybody happy, everybody together. Buddy system, like kindergarten. Everybody hold hands and make sure that... Now here maybe we should consider playing h4. Because I don't like my pawn fixed on the wrong color. Now we're just rolling with rooks. All right, man. We got 4 minutes left. I don't know if that's enough time for another game, but TJ Chess and Yellow Dragoon slipped past me. Literally slipped past me. I'm playing Vampire M. How strong is Vampire M? Is he like a ringer? It's from North Korea. That's scary. Well, I guess we have to berserk, right? There's only 4 minutes left. You have to play the old Indian in like berserk with 4 minutes left in the tournament? That's ridiculous, dude. You're not allowed to play the old Indian with no time left in the tournament, man. Don't tell me this guy's 1500. I mean, that's not funny. What's up with this guy with the 1500? He doesn't seem like 1500. Maybe we'll find his weakness. Well, at least we're safe in third place. We're gonna win a prize. But I don't know if I can catch Yellow Dragoon. I mean, this is so short of time here. The Old Indian is not really what you want to see when you have no time and it's like 2 minutes left in the game. Oh no. Oh no. No, no, no. Tactic. 2 minutes left. We have a tactic. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. We can catch up to Yellow Dragoon with a win here. Yeah, we got to take this down. Take him apart with the extra piece. Make him beg for mercy. We're going to take that with the B knight and then chop on D5. Start eating things. 1 minute left is enough. I don't need to use all my time. We've got to put him away, though. I have to mate him. He could sack his queen for 2 pieces if he prefers. I don't think that's really good. But now Yellow Dragoon is out of catching. I can't catch him. If I win with the Berserk, wait a minute, I get 5, right? Okay, we can tie with Yellow Dragoon. How did he get another point so quickly? You think you know what the TJ Chess did? He did the Swiss Gambit, man. He purposely lost his first 2 games. It's a classic. Classic stuff, dude. Old school. I've only got 55 seconds left. All right, we tied Yellow Dragoon for second. Man, that was the closest I think I've ever finished in one of these tournaments. That is crazy. TJ Chess with 44, and I'm in second, narrowly taking out Yellow Dragoon with a tie break. I mean, that was the closest finish ever in one of my tournaments, I think. TJ Chess with 44 with a Swiss Gambit. I snake the second place from Yellow Dragoon at the last possible second. And Yellow Dragoon deservedly in the top prizes with third place. So, the favorite finishes second. But I only did like 2 Berserks. This was fun, guys. Very, very fun. Thanks for watching. Sorry to snake second place there, Yellow Dragoon, but it was cool. Man, you still got 40 points. I took you on tie break. I didn't know, actually, who would win on tie break. Alright, guys, so TJ Chess first. I'm in second. Yellow Dragoon third. Thanks for playing, Yellow Dragoon. Thanks, everybody, for playing. International Master William Paschall. This was a 5+2 casual tournament, the Fang Arena. It was really fun, though. Instructive stuff, too. So I enjoyed it. Thanks, Soltigo, for moderating. Thanks, everyone, for playing. Guys, don't worry about it. Like, arenas are not fair, Yellow Dragoon. I mean, it's not a fair... forget about fair. It's not fair. I'm used to not winning first place. It's not a fair system, but that's the way it is. Anyway, guys, again, please support the stream with bit donations. You can donate via PayPal. If you enjoyed it, if you learned something, give something back. Anyway, thanks, Soltigo, for moderating. Thanks, all you guys, for just subscribing. I mean, that's enough support right there for subscribing. You guys are awesome. Anyway, I will talk to you tomorrow. It's going to be Weird Wednesday, unusual openings, 4 p.m. Blitz and Rapid Chess with unusual openings. I will remind you, there's a discount at chesslecture.com if you guys want to check it out. Chesslecture.com is a great library of chess videos, a lot by me. There's a discount to the 1st of June, I think, $15 for 3 months. That's a good deal. Thanks, everybody. It's been fun and really exciting games today. And I'm happy to finish in the prizes for a change. Usually I don't do enough berserks, and I'm in like 4th place. So we're 2nd. It's cool. Anyway, again, thanks to you guys. Lots of strong players. Camel Culture, Yellow Dragoon. Actually, where is Camel Culture? Let's like call out the top 10. TJ Chess, me, Yellow Dragoon, Xerox, Semper, Draco Fire, Abu Fazl, World Loser, Lee Max, Tushar. Where is Camel Culture? He must have not played too many games. I need to refresh my browser. That's it, guys. All right. So anyway, Weird Wednesday tomorrow. Thanks for supporting the stream. Also, you can catch the replays on my YouTube channel, Video Chess Training on YouTube. Also, check out our Discord. You can get the password from our moderator, Mr. Soltigo. That's about it, guys. It was fun. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.